Hi everyone. This video will give a short demonstration and some tips about how to reach level 100 in the current state of Path of Exile 1. So as you can see, I have a level 98 character at 30% progression towards level 99. And I found one of the safest, most efficient ways to level is by using Delve. So you want to make sure that you're at level 83 in the mine. That will give you the maximal experience. The mobs don't level up beyond 83 the deeper you go, so although the rewards get better in terms of loot, the experience does not. Right, so I'd say go as deep as you feel comfortable and totally safe, right? Because if you die, obviously you lose 10% of your experience gain, and you do not want that. So I'm at something like, let's see here, depth 233, so not very deep, but the enemies are reliably level 83, so that's good. So we'll give a little demonstration here. So let's just go for this node here. And I'm playing a max block gladiator using Eviscerate for clear. So that's a great choice, and we'll show why here. So what I do is just jump ahead using Leap Slam to the end of the node. It's not really worth your time. Well, we'll stop and see what we got behind this wall here. Some hidden riches. So you don't need to break these walls or check the darkness. It is a bit risky if your darkness resistance isn't very high, and if your main goal is to level, it might not be worth taking that risk. For me, it's pretty safe, so I sometimes do that if I happen to notice a wall that I can break and check out what's behind. Otherwise, though, I don't really worry about killing the mobs on the way. The most efficient use of your time is to simply get to the end of the node, start the event, and then start killing here. So as you can see, it's pretty safe. I'm blocking everything. I have 5% recovery on block. When my Eviscerate becomes available, I just hit it and clear the bad guys. It is very hard to die on this build. Pretty high life. I'm at a little over 6,600 life. I have high armor, max block or close to it, and then of course that recovery on block with this Shaper Shield here. So I have 5%. Recover 5% of life when you block. So that makes me pretty much immortal. Let's do one more demonstration here. We'll just head down to this one. That makes me pretty safe. It's hard to die. The only real danger would be damage over time or enormous one-shots, which aren't really going to happen when you're farming regular nodes like this. You will eventually, occasionally come across some damage over time. And when that happens, especially if you have some regeneration, you'll usually have plenty of time to move, get out of the way if you're on some ground effect, or hit a flask to help you deal with that problem. So it's very safe. We're still at 30% here. So let's do another node. And we'll just hurry ahead. You want to make sure that you have something like phasing or leap slam so that you don't get blocked by the bad guys. That's the most dangerous thing in Delve, if you get stuck in the darkness and then get killed by that. As you can see, it's a pretty good density. The mobs come to you. Eviscerate is good for taking them down. Much better than it is in maps because the bad guys come to you in a pretty small area. So it makes it much simpler. You stand in place and take them down. Okay, we're still at 30%. Might be a visual bug. But this is great, efficient experience per hour. And it's very safe. Of course, it's not the fastest. There are other ways to level up more quickly and efficiently, but those tend to be expensive or annoying. This is just a nice casual way that's available for people in SSF. Or if you're cheap, don't feel like paying for it in trade, it's also attractive because you can just do it on your own as soon as you really have your build together. So this is how I plan to level to 100. And I think it'll work out pretty well. Okay, come down here. Can't kill these guys when they're in the darkness. We step on these little lights here, and they become vulnerable. Right? Makes sense. Something's in the dark. It's physically immune and elementally immune. All right. Oh, still at 30%. That's very odd. Yeah, usually it's much better than this. Just trust me on that. Let's do one more node. Should be enough to get us that percentage. It's probably a rounding error, I would imagine. Oh. And now one thing you can do is you can kill enemies on the way. That will be more efficient, and it's definitely worth your time, instead of just flying ahead as you would if you only cared about the loot. And here's another wall. Let's check this out. And we get some resonators. So you want to make sure that you're always killing the enemies along the path. Otherwise, you're leaving experience behind, XP on the ground. That's not a wise maneuver. So make sure you kill everything that you can on the way. Here we are. So the gameplay is engaging, it's safe, it's a cheap build, it's a cheap method for leveling. So it's probably, all things considered, although it's not the fastest, it's probably the best leveling technique that you could use late game. Once we take into account all those different factors. All right. Okay. It's very odd. For some reason, the experience bar is stuck on 30. I mean, one more should be enough here. Let's give that a try. Yeah, like I said, it might be a visual bug. Oop. You might as well pick up the chests and the other loot while you're down here. You might get lucky, find something worthwhile. Probably not. Okay, and you know, it doesn't matter. For the purpose of this video is just to educate. So now you guys know the most efficient way to level up late game. The visual bug is preventing us from seeing it. It's still stuck on 30, but based on past experience and my own expert judgment, I would say that's probably actually 33, 34%. So we leveled up 4% in the course of, what, 3-4 minutes, and it was very easy. So highly efficient method. I recommend it to everyone, early game, late game, even mid game. So I hope you learned something from that. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.